President Biden's exit from the presidential race stunning the nation, with our neighbors in Canada also feeling shockwaves there. Biden's troubles with his own party and voters drawing comparisons to Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, facing growing disapproval from Canadians and from within his own Liberal Party. Here to break this all down and a whole lot more is the host of the Michael Charbonne Report. Michael Charbonne, thanks for joining us.
Katie, pleased to be with you today.
And Michael, before we really get into politics, I want your take on this. That recreation of Da Vinci's The Last Supper by a group of drag queens at the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games in Paris. This performance drew a lot of outrage from Christians and other people around the world. What do you think about this?
I don't think that performance should in any way be compared to Lady Gaga and Celine Dion. What Lady Gaga did with the Folie Bergère, and that kind of wonderful feathers and excellent creative. And then, of course, Celine Dion singing from the heart of the Eiffel Tower. Those are the images that we want to purport for our global friends holding hands. I mean, France has always been one to put a little bit of a dagger and wake everybody up and be a little bit challenging. I don't think necessarily that challenging a major religion in the world is going to do any good for anything. I mean, you liken that to something like, what are you doing that for? And Canadians are actually more embarrassed with the drone situation with our soccer team, because that's something that got us all upriled. But let us celebrate what the Olympics are, of people who have trained and are excellent in what they do. And those little things, we really shouldn't make too much of it, personally.
We know that Canadians love sport, right? All right, back to politics. Let's talk about how Biden's exiting from the presidential race went over with Canadians. Do you see any parallels between Biden's troubles before stepping down and some of the troubles that you're seeing with Prime Minister Trudeau that he's facing right now?
Well, very much so, Katie. I mean, we look globally. First of all, Canadians align with America. I'm going to touch on three topics: the Israel-Palestinian conflict, economics, and immigration. The Israeli and Palestinian conflict, the conservatives are very much with Americans. We want Israel to go in, finish the job, and then get out. The two-state solution is a failed solution, and there has to be some other kind of solution to that. Also, Canadians don't like our university campuses being occupied and will not tolerate violence and graffiti. It's very disturbing what we're seeing in America with some of the destruction that's going on, the graffiti. It's very concerning that there hasn't been some stop to that. But I mean, if you look at Republicans and conservatives in Canada, we want to supply Israel with as much armaments and whatever they need to get it done. So Republicans and conservatives are very skeptical also of Hamas always releasing these deaths that are not ever Hamas fighters, are always civilians. And we saw what was built under the nurseries and under the like elementary schools. Canada, the Canadian Liberals are giving over $165 million to Gaza at all times, including a reoccurring amount of money of $25 million to UNRWA, while other countries have not. And Kamala Harris is supported by Ilhan Omar, which is the Michigan 5th state district. So you're looking at them very much supported. Finally, economically here, we can look at that Canadians have some trepidation that Trump would bring in a 10% tax and would look for a carve-out, and don't believe that Trudeau is the right person to do that. And finally, immigration. I mean, if Trump puts in the deportation, are they going to come to Canada? I mean, 76% of Canadians think that the immigration policy is wrong for Canadians. So.
All right. We wish we had more time with you always. Michael Charbonne, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you, Katie.
Have a great day. And that's going to do it for us on Sunday Report. Thanks so much for watching. John Glasgow will be back here with you next week. And stay with us. Sunday Agenda with Lydia Sarinai starts right now.